All right, well, let's just jump right into it. We are starting with our Bible readings. Who wants to take over tonight?
I will.
All righty. We're on Genesis chapter 33. And of course, we're doing King James because that's how we roll. We're playing on hard mode, boys and girls.
Hard mode.
The these and thous
All right.
mode. Yes, whenever you're ready, Cody.
Genesis 33, verse 1. And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men. And he divided the children unto Leah, and unto Rachel, and unto the two handmaids. Y'all get out of here. I gotta fight
Wait, how
these
many?
guys. 400 men. And so Jacob divided all the children to his women, and he said, get rid of them.
Yeah.
You gotta
So
like it.
400 men to 3 women?
No.
That's why they're hiding.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
We got a comment here.
I'm behind.
Amy McLennan WF6CB says, it's no lie, in my opinion. I dislike commies immensely. Give me an example of them being benevolent. Can't do it, in my opinion. I completely agree. Commies are
True.
the worst.
Yeah. They always have to control the situation, so they're always attacking or whatever.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Verse 2. And he put the handmaids and their children foremost, and Leah and her children after, and Rachel and Joseph hindermost. And he passed over before them and bowed himself to the ground 7 times, until he came near to his brother. And Esau ran to meet him and embraced him and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept. You just scroll up for me? And he lifted up his eyes and saw the women and the children and said, who are those with thee? And he said, the children which God hath graciously given thy servant. And the handmaids came near, and the children, and they bowed themselves. And Leah also with her children came near and bowed themselves. And after came Joseph near, and Rachel, and they bowed themselves. And he said, what meanest thou by all this drove which I met? And he said, these are to find grace in the sight of my Lord. And Esau said, I have enough, my brother. Keep that thou hast unto thyself. And Jacob said, nay, I pray thee. My his voice must have been hoarse.
Oh, yeah, bum.
My blessing that is brought to thee, because God hath dealt graciously with me, and because I have enough. And he urged him, and he took it. And he said, let us take our journey, and let us go, and I will go before thee. And he said unto him, my Lord knoweth that the children are tender, and the flocks and herds with young are with me. And if men should overdrive them one day, all the flock will die. Let my Lord, I pray thee, pass over before his servant, and I will lead on softly, according as the cattle goeth before me, and the children are able to endure until I come to my Lord unto Seir. And Esau said, let me now leave with thee some of the folk that are with me. And he said, what needeth it? Let me find my grace in the sight of the Lord. So Esau returned that day on his way unto Seir, and Jacob journeyed to Succoth, and built him a house, and made booths for his cattle. Therefore the name of the place is called Succoth. It's where they invented the vacuum cleaner.
Amy McLennan says, what is the translation of the word trove, if I may ask? Well, we can Google that really quick. Give me just a moment.
Oh.
Trove. What does trove mean in the King James Bible? All right. Preservation.
Is it like many men, I think?
Treasure.
Yeah, I don't know where.
Yeah, I'm not seeing.
Was it?
Hang on a minute.
Was trove the 400 men?
This would be in ancient Hebrew.
Where'd that come from?
This would be translated from ancient Hebrew, so it's not going to be Greek Aramaic. Where did you see?
Did we read that word?
That's what
I'm asking.
That's what I'm wondering. I'm checking to see if we read it in this portion.
I don't remember reading it.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a definition for it in Google. It's saying trow, grove. Here we go. Trove, etymology. Precious metal object or cache of valuable objects. So it's like treasure trove. So
Yeah, like a out.
Many men, like the 50 Cent song. There you go. That'll work. So, all right. So yeah, trove is like many. Yeah. Okay. Where were we at? We were at Succoth. Okay, so
Back in
18.
years. And Jacob came to Shalem, a city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan. When he came from Paddan Aram and pitched his tent before the city, and he bought a parcel of a field where he had spread his tent at the hand of the children of Hamor, Shechem's father, for an hundred pieces of money. That's a really funny sentence there, bud. And he erected there an altar and called it Elohishrael.
Yeah.
It's like Elohim and Israel mixed together.
Yeah, it is. It's like Elohim and Israel. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Eloho Israel. Yeah. Wow.
Is this before or after Jacob wrestled with the
This is
angel?
after. This is the next chapter. So this is right after he got to wrestling with God.
So he's renaming the place after himself.
It's like where God and Israel met. I think would be what the word means.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
Yes. On to 34. I'll go ahead and take it.
No more Illuminati.
No more Illuminati. I'll go ahead and do this one. So, and Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and defiled her. And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the damsel and spake kindly unto the damsel. And Shechem spake unto his father Hamor, saying, Get me this damsel to wife. And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah, his daughter. Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Jacob held his peace until they were come. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out unto Jacob to commune with him. Then the sons of Jacob came out of the field when they heard it, and the men were grieved, and they were very wroth. And they were very wroth, because he had wrought folly in Israel in lying with Jacob's daughter, which thing ought not to be done. And
oh, hang on. Does that mean they're trying to keep their genetics clean?
no, I think the guy raped her, or word her.
No, I get that. But go back and read the last verse you read.
You talking about 7? Okay.
Yeah. Because he had wrought folly in Israel in lying with Jacob's daughter. He wrought folly by corrupting their genetic line.
I don't know if that's referring to the genetic line. I think it's more like he took advantage. I think it's kind of a taking advantage thing, but we can look it up. We'll have to see what wrought folly.
Wrought folly in Israel.
Israel.
Like
in the bloodline. Yeah, I can see where you're getting that.
Right.
So, okay, let me see if I can Google that. Amy McLennan says, my 6th grade teacher called me out in front of the whole class for saying 100 instead of 100.
In 100, yeah. Good.
That would get on my nerves. It's kind of like somebody going, you ask them, hey, can I go to the bathroom? And like, I don't know, can you? And like, you just want to hit people who say that. It's like, I hate you so much. Just let me go. All right.
I don't know. It's pretty important to spell 100 in the Bible correctly, though. It's been looked over a couple of times.
I gotcha. All right, let's see here. So we're looking up the meaning of wrought folly in Israel. Let me Google that.
It's worth a Google.
All right.
I always thought rot just meant brought. Like they brought it to.
Wrought folly in
Really?
Israel mean in the King James Bible. King James Bible, Genesis chapter 34.
Yeah, I guess Trevor's kind of right. Rot.
Okay, yeah, it's saying, according to Google AI, we've also got translations, commentary of Genesis 34. We might look that up here in a second. But in Bible Hub. So we got, according to the AI, because he had wrought folly in Israel, he is Shechem, Wrought folly is a set expression used in the Old Testament to express serious acts of moral misconduct. It expresses the idea that sinful acts are the opposite of wisdom. They are foolishness in its worst form. So
Yeah, but AI can't account for fucking context at all.
I know. Let's see if Bible Hub has anything to say. Okay.
It's artificial intelligence, not real.
And according to Bible Hub, Cambridge Bible for schools and colleges, apologies for the window being out of sync, but we're up here at 7. Let's see. Wrought folly. The word nebala denotes senseless wickedness, an offense against honor and morality. Yeah, that kind of connotates the R word.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
So
I just thought that was like, they didn't value human life back then. I didn't figure that would be a big deal.
yeah, well, it's like dishonoring her, I guess you would say.
Unless it's they just take themselves more serious, like their life is worth more than the Philistines.
Well, in Leviticus, and we're kind of skipping ahead a little bit, there's this idea that women are like set apart, like motherhood is like this sacred higher thing. So when you...
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Jewish culture is still matriarchal.
I don't know about that. I'm not sure.
They're like their bloodlines were recorded based on the mother. It's a matriarchal society.
We're going to learn about that in Matthew. We're going to be going over Matthew here in a little bit. I think there's a patriarchal genealogy and a matriarchal genealogy. They have both. Because I think Matthew, if memory serves, Matthew does the one and Luke does the other, but I can't remember which is which. So, because they have genealogies for both lines. But Annie McLennan says, I was so embarrassed. Well, teachers, sometimes they enjoy that. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Malicious trauma. So, yeah, I know. I couldn't stand the English majors that would do that. It seemed like they just wanted to embarrass you. So, anyway.
I have trouble with teachers because, like, have you ever, like, taught somebody something?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they're like, oh, yeah, I get it. That's great. And, like, you're immediately like, good Lord, I hope I taught that correctly because they just took it like it was fact.
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like teachers come to a point with that where they're just like, they don't feel that anymore and they don't check themselves. And so their ego kind of gets out of control.
I think they become like Palpatine, and they're like, unlimited power. And they try to turn their kids into zombies. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch the teachers, man.
I'm a cynical person, though. I'm sure there aren't that many people that are that way. So, anyway, we got a pulpit commentary. I don't know what that is. Saying that Kelly Dealswitch commentary on the Old Testament. Yeah, I kind of think I'm going to stick with the Cambridge one for the present. That seems to make the most sense in context, if everybody's good with that.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything that backs my claim up.
Okay. All right. So, let's see. We were wrought folly, so we were at 7. Amy McLennan says, he could have corrected my wording without shaming me in front of my peers. Definitely Palpatine. I know. I think it's like some people just seem to enjoy it. It's pretty twisted, man. Oh, goodness gracious. So, all right. So we are on 8. And Hamor communed with them, saying, the soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you give him to wife. And make ye marriages with us, and give your daughters unto us, and take our daughters unto you. And ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade ye therein, and get you possessions therein. And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brother, let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me I will give. And ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me, but give me the damsel to wife. And the sons of Jacob answered Shechem and Hamor his father deceitfully, and said, because he had defiled Dinah their sister, because he had defiled Dinah their sister. And they said unto them, We cannot do this thing to give our sisters to one that is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us. But in this we will consent unto you, if ye will be as we be, that every male of you be circumcised. Then will we give our daughters unto you, and we will take your daughters to us, and we will dwell with you, and we will become one people. But
hang on, Gary. I got to stop you. You rail against communism. But when these people say, oh, you have to get circumcised like us to be equals, you think that's okay?
You need to wait till the end of this story. You're in for a treat. You just need to wait. We can have that conversation later, but you need to wait till the end of this story because you're in. If you haven't read this yet, you're in for a good time. So let's see here. Where was I at?
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Circumcision.
Okay.
23?
Until you
22?
Was it 22?
Maybe it's 21.
Oh, we lost our place. How embarrassing. Okay, well, I'm just going to start at 17. But if ye will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then we will take our daughters, and we will be gone. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son. And the young man deferred not to do the thing, because he had delight in Jacob's daughter, and he was more honorable than all the house of his father. And Hamor and Shechem his son came unto the gate of their city, and communed with the men of their city, saying, These men are peaceable with us, therefore let them dwell in their land, and trade therein for the land. Behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only therein will the men consent unto us for to dwell with us, to be one people, if every male among us be circumcised, as they are circumcised. Shall not their cattle and their substance and every beast of theirs be ours? Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us. And unto Hamor and unto Shechem his son hearkened all that went out of the gate of his city, and every male was circumcised, all that went out of the gate of his city. And it came to pass on the third day, when they were sore, that two of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brethren, took each man his sword, and came upon the city boldly, and slew all the males. And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house, and went out. And the sons of Jacob came upon the slain, and spoiled the city, because they had defiled their sister. Or the sons of Jacob came upon the slain, and spoiled the city, because they had defiled their sister. They took their sheep, and their oxen, and their asses, and that which was in the city, and that which was in the field, and all their wealth, and all their little ones, and their wives took they captive, and spoiled even all that was in the house. And Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, Ye have troubled me to make me to stink among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites, and I bring few in number. They shall gather themselves together against me, and slay me, and I shall be destroyed, I and my house. And they said, should he deal with our sister as with a harlot? And that's the end of chapter 34. So it was a ruse.
So it's like the IDF in Palestine right now?
Not even close. I see what you did there. Subtle as a train, Cody. So it was a ruse.
So they made a deal, and then they reneged on it, and then they just killed everybody because they're terrible.
Jacob's sons are terrible. You are right. You are right. There's a theme.
And Jacob's sons are?
Jacob's sons?
Israel.
Yes, in the beginning.
The nation Israel. It's still the same.
No, it's not. Stop it. Stop it. You're gonna spark a debate. The point is, these people are not good people in the beginning. So that's kind of relevant for debates about covenants later on, but
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to grow.
Yeah. So is this Jacob from Lost? I love Lost. Close. close. So
I'm trying to think of who Jacob was. I lost. Was that the handsome guy with the sister?
I don't know. I hated Lost. Yes.
Really? I
It's a
liked it.
mystery box, Cody. Only there's no. The box is
but
empty.
I was young when I
The
watched
box is empty. It was all a lie.
it. What's in the box?
He lied just like Jacob's sons did. So
True.
yeah, they're
Yeah. No, it definitely it held my attention for like 4 years when I was younger. So.
yeah. And
Just for a big old nothing burger at the end.
yeah, right. It was what was it? Purgatory, even though we said it wasn't, because we never had a plan.
Yeah.
So
Right. No, it's definitely not purgatory.
let's see. I may have seen some smoke monsters recently. That'll ruin your day. That'll ruin your day. So
You've been doing some meth?
okay, let's see here. We are on to 35.
Can we take over?
You go ahead and do it, Cody, because I don't trust Trevor's computer, and yeah, I'm just glad he's still lit at this point.
Yeah, I can barely read it anyway.
Yeah.
I got a customer showing up in 15 minutes to pick up a car. So just so you
Okay.
know.
All right.
And God said unto Jacob, Arise, go up to Bethel, and dwell there, and make there an altar unto God that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother.
Okay. Amy McLennan says, how dare you? I bought all the seasons on DVD.
I mean, I bought some of the Fear the Walking Dead DVDs. That was a bust.
Yeah, it's just a tease. She also...
So this says... Sorry, go ahead.
Amy McLennan also says, no, I don't do drugs. Jesus would not approve.
That's true.
Yeah.
So it says, and God said unto Jacob, Arise, go to Bethel, dwell there, and make there an altar unto God that appeared unto thee when thou fleddest from the face of Esau thy brother. Is he talking about the last time he saw him? Because he didn't flee from
No,
him.
I think it's the time before that. So he's telling him to go back to Bethel.
Okay.
So that was one of the towns he was in when he was running from Esau. So
You're right. I missed that distinction. Okay. Verse 2. Then Jacob said unto his household and to all that were with him, Put away the strange gods that are among you, and be clean, and change your garments. And let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make there an altar unto God, who answered me in the day of my distress, and was with me in the way which I went. And they gave unto Jacob all the strange gods which were in their hand, and all the earnings which were in their ears, and Jacob hid them under the oak which was by Shechem. And they journeyed, and the terror of God was upon the cities that were round about them, and they did not pursue after the sons of Jacob. So Jacob came to Luz, which is the land of Canaan.
Which is in the land of Canaan.
That is Bethel, he and all the people that were with him. And he built there an altar and called the place El Bethel, because there God appeared unto him, and when he fled from the face of his brother. So he was like, this place is called Bethel, but I saw God, so I'm going to call this specific spot El Bethel.
Yep.
And everybody in Bethel was like, who are you? Verse 8. But Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died, and she was buried beneath Bethel under an oak. And the name of it was called Alanbacath. And God appeared unto Jacob again. And when he came out of Padanaram and blessed him, and God said, Thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And he called his name Israel. See, I thought that already happened.
But Israel shall be the...
Didn't that happen when he fought the angel?
Yes, it already... He's probably just reiterating, so...
Yeah, I think he's just reminding him that his name is Israel.
Interesting. And God said unto him, I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation and a company of nations shall be thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. It's really hard for me to say be fruitful and multiply without saying don't be fruity and blow a guy.
Well, that's because you're a degenerate. So,
Pretty pebbles.
but it is interesting though that he does repeat stuff often. Like
That is super interesting. Like he really had to remind him.
I don't think it's so much. Well, yeah, no, I think he had to remind him. I think these guys, because it's an interesting thing because no, they're not entirely believers, you know, like they're still worshiping other gods while all this is going on. So it's like God is having to constantly like check up on them or prove that he's real consistently and remind them of the covenant.
Yeah.
Like,
Which is why Jesus said, why does this generation always ask for a sign?
I'm not sure if that's connected. Can you elaborate?
The generation is talking about that kind of people, that group of people. And that's who Jesus was talking to, the Pharisees and leaders of the church and stuff. He called them.
So
He said, why does this generation always ask for a sign? Because they consistently have the whole time.
So are you saying like he's having to constantly do signs because they keep like just wandering off and not focusing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like Exodus. I mean, it's no different.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that for sure. So
Yeah.
so you were after 11, so I think we're on 12.
And the land which I gave Abraham and Isaac, to thee I will give it, and to thy seed after thee I will give the land. And God went up from him in the place where he talked with him. See, that's interesting because he's saying, like, no matter what you guys do, you can sell this land, you can do whatever, and your seed will still inherit it back.
Yeah. It's called an
That's
it's
crazy.
called an unconditional covenant. Something I rant about constantly. It's like an echo. The same way the Abrahamic covenant worked is the same way the Christian covenant, you know, the covenant with Christ works. You don't lose out on that promise because God is faithful to keep the promise because it's all on him, it's not on you because you're an idiot and you can't keep it anyway. So this is a parallel. Like the reason all these negative stories, because you got to bear in mind, these are ancestors who wrote Genesis, and they're talking about all of these stories where their, you know, forefathers are acting like morons. And yet God continuously is faithful and keeps, you know, reorienting or reminding them that he exists and keeps promising the covenant. And like he keeps insisting that he's going to do these things, even though these guys are like evil. So yeah. So again, it's an echo. Amy McLennan says, I listened to this other Bible study that starts before that she says, even Peter betrayed Jesus 3 times before the rooster crowed or something. Yes. And then she says, I listened to this other Bible study that starts around 12. There you go. We might have to check it out if we can find it. So
let's see. And God went up from him in the place where he talked with him. And Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he talked with him, even a pillar of stone. And he poured a drink offering thereon, and he poured oil thereon. And Jacob called the name of the place where God spake with him Bethel. And they journeyed from Bethel, and there was...
Sorry, I moved it on you, didn't I?
Oh, it's all good.
on 6.
There was but a little way to come up to Ephrath. And Rachel travailed, and she had hard labor. And it came to pass, when she was in hard labor, that the midwife said unto her, Fear not, thou shalt have this son also. That's based. And it came to pass, as her soul was in departing, for she died, that she called his name Benoni, but his father called him Benjamin. Dang, she died.
Mm-hmm.
The midwife said she was going to be okay, and she lied. And Rachel died, and he was buried in the way to Ephrath, which is Bethlehem.
I don't think the midwife was saying that Rachel was going to make it. I think she was just saying that the boy was going to survive. Yeah, and I think Now, I haven't checked this, but she calls him, where is that? Okay, Benoni, but his father called him Benjamin. Like, it seems like Rachel was very bitter about what happened, and then so Jacob had to change his name. Let me Google that really quick. You guys talk about this while I Google that. Amy McLennan says he talks about the firmament, and then she adds, I don't know what to think about that. So what are you guys' thoughts on the firmament? And I am going to...
Oh, you don't want to know my thoughts on the firmament, Gary.
I gave that question I thought was tailor-made for you, Cody. So...
Sorry, I'm checking on this.
Are you referring to the firmament that goes around the globe?
Those are two different things.
Or are you talking about the firmament that goes under the globe?
That's the same thing that you just said.
No, if you go down to the deepest part of the ocean, there's a firmament down there.
Yeah. But that's not on the other side of the globe. That would be at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah. And then there's a firmament that our airplanes are going above us, which they can't get through.
Allegedly. I've never been up there. I don't know.
Then there's the creationist theory of a firmament.
Yeah.
Like Kent Hovind talks about.
I mean, it would make sense if it was like, you know how they build domes? How like pressure keeps them together? So like if you had a liquid kind of gelatinous, substance, and you got it cold on the sides, so it froze, and then the rest of it was just kind of suspended.
Yeah.
It would make sense, It would make sense with the ice wall and all that stuff. But I don't know. I've never been any of these places, so I can't say.
Yeah, me either.
Okay, so
she asked what the word of the word firmament meant. Translation.
Okay, so
firm. So firm is hard. Mint means mind. It would be like a hard shell.
All right. Well, I'll look it up here really quick. I just want to get through the name thing before we forget. So Rachel was about to die. She calls her a Benjamin Benoni, which means son of my sorrow. But then Jacob calls Benjamin son of my right hand. So there's the answer to that. Rachel kind of gave a bitter name. Jacob gives Benjamin a name that's kind of like rooted in promise and hope. Now, as to the definition of firmament, what does the King James mean when it says firmament? Because I know what I've always heard, but let's see what the Google has to say. So this lines up with what I was taught because Kent Hovind says this.
All right, you have to carry the show for a minute.
All
right, I'll be right back.
Yep.
Okay.
So I've got questions up here. Let me, boy, it'd be nice if these boxes would line up. I'm going to wait on that, though, before I realign them. So let me just start with the AI one because, oh, and of course you got rid of it. Of course you got rid of it. Here we go. Because that does line up with what I was told. So firmament, from the Latin firmamentum, means sky or expanse, is mentioned 17 times in the King James Version of the Bible. It refers to an expanse of the heavens above the earth. 9 of the occurrences of firmament are in the first chapter of the Bible as part of the creation account. So, yeah, firmament basically is sky. And you might say the firmament above the sky might be space. But it's, it's expanse. And then she asks, so what is the translation of the word firmament and what the word originally Greek, Hebrew? So this would be originally Hebrew. We can go to Strong's and see what the actual specific direct Hebrew translation is. Strong's Concordance. I know, let's see, the word firmament. What does that mean in the Hebrew? No, I don't want AI, I want Strong's. Give me Strong's. You guys know what Strong's Concordance is, Dad blame you. Excuse me. Here we go. Sorry, Google was being cagey. So in the lexicon summary this is from Bible Hub, and it is citing the Strong's Concordance. Firmament would mean expanse, support, foundation. So yeah, it's just expanse, something established, abstractly, confirmation, stability. So yes, this would be, and you can see the original word here, that's in Hebrew. The pronunciation of it is stereoma, or stereoma. I'm from the Ozarks, can you tell? So, yeah, and then you've got word origin. It comes from the word strengthened. So, yeah, it basically just means support, foundation, making one immovable because solid. So there's conjugate versions there. Yep. So here you go. Steroma, firmament, expanse, support, foundation, depending on context. So yeah. I was always taught that it just meant sky. So
just the sky or space?
Sky, space, something long and expansive that something might be established within. Yeah. So, yeah, like if so, like for example, the Earth might be established in the firmament, i.e., space.
Yeah.
The clouds are established in the firmament, i.e., sky, like that. You know, that's the way I understood it. So, all right. Amy McLean says, "I thought firmament was ground. Learned something today." Well, there you go. Glad we could be of help. Yeah, Strong's. I like the Strong's Concordance, and apparently they cite it on Bible Hub. So there you go. I have it up here in my office somewhere. It's big book. So, all right. Let's see if we can finish the chapter up here.
Yeah, my dad actually raised me on. He has a Strong's.
Oh, does he? Yeah.
Yeah. He always pulled it out whenever I asked the question.
Yeah, Steph pointed me to the Strong's. Yeah, so she says the ground you stand on. Amy McLennan says the ground you stand on, but why can't we also have spheres for planets also within that definition? You can. It just means fastened, like it's fastened, like within something. You know what I mean? Like the clouds are within the firmament. They're suspended in the firmament. For example, like let's see, what is it? Genesis 1. You have the waters above and the waters below. You know what I mean? So like that's referencing clouds. So like there's water under the ground and there's water in the sky. Says Strong's, not just me, and basically every other Bible preacher I heard. So no. So so yeah, but you could have spheres for planets also within the definition. Yeah, you absolutely can. So because in that case, the firmament would be space. It's like just something that something is within, like the Earth would be on the foundation of the firmament, something like that. So she says, I read Psalms. I'm trying to remember. So I'm assuming there's a reference to firmament in Psalms. Let me see if I can look that up.
Yeah, the heavens declare the glory of God.
Hang on.
Or something like that.
When is
it's written on Warner von Braun's headstone.
Used in
There's a lot of references.
Psalms 2.
In
okay,
Psalms
so
to
Psalms 2. All right. Okay.
The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows his handiwork. That's what it is.
The firmament shows his handiwork. Yeah, that could be sky, that could be space. Like heavens is usually like sky and space as well. So let me see if I can just pull it up. Psalms chapter 2, because Google is not cooperating very well.
Hey, what is space? What is the definition of space?
A void, expanse, emptiness.
How do you define nothing?
Well, technically, space
You can't
isn't nothing.
define
There's
nothing.
particles, there's radiation, there's light, there's dust, there's ice, there's planets.
Allegedly.
Give me an alternative, sir.
There's not one because you can't go there.
You can't go to space. There was like a bunch of astronauts that just went to the moon not too long ago. Were they faking?
Yes.
I don't believe that for a second, Cody.
They didn't even touch down on the moon. What do you mean?
They never said they were going to touch down on the moon. They went to the moon. They circled it. We saw an Earthrise, which was kind of interesting.
Why would they not go to the moon?
Because they were testing the life support systems. Did you not hear?
The 1968 little thing that they sent up, the tinfoil thing that they sent up there in 1968 had less technology than the first gen iPhone. And now we can't go back to the moon because we're testing.
They're literally planning a launch for next year.
It's been like 70 years,
They're
bro.
literally planning a landing on the moon for like next year.
They've been doing that every year for the last 70 years.
No, they haven't. They
Gary.
stopped the Apollo program like back in the 60s. All right. Hang on.
It's ridiculous. It's all ridiculous.
She wanted to look at Psalm 2. We're going to look at Psalm 2.
Why do the heathen rage? That's me right now.
Well, then read it then. Read it with gusto, Cody.
Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing like a globe? The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, and the Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in his sore displeasure. Yet have I set my king upon the holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree, and the Lord hath said unto me, thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. What am I reading? What am I reading?
You're reading Psalm 2.
Why?
Because she asked us to. She said, I read Psalm 2 recently. We were asking about she was asking about firmament.
Well, find firmament in here. I don't want to read the whole thing.
Okay, I will look up. All right, anyway. We'll
don't
finish
see it
the
in here.
chapter, then we'll look up firmament and see if it's used in Psalms.
Oh, jeez. I will declare the decree the Lord hath said unto me, thou art of my son. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give the heathen for thine inheritance, and uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. So he's going to give people to
He's
this guy for
talking
his
about
inheritance?
Jesus. It's a messianic prophecy, dude.
Well, how was I supposed to know that? Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them. Now I would have known that now. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Be wise, therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him.
Yep. So that's a messianic prophecy. So now we're looking for firmament in Psalms. Let me do that really quick.
Dang, what is that noise?
Was some guy on a motorcycle outside. So, is firmament used in Psalms? If I can spell Psalms, that would be great. Yes, I know. So it's AI is saying yes, but it's not giving me the exact chapter. Let's try it again. Where is firmament used in Psalms? Okay, Psalm 19:1. So we're going to do Psalm 19:1, and then we're going to finish our chapter, and then we're going to call this section good. We're going to move on to the gospel. Okay, so we're going to look up Psalm 19. Okay, so I'll read this one.
Yeah, it's that one.
Yep. So let's see. Okay, she read Psalm 2. It is wild. Why do we not see the stars? I'm not sure what you mean. And then she goes, ha ha ha. So I apologize. I lost track of where we were on the chats. I was teasing Cody about, the shape of the planet and I made him very wrought.
I can see the stars. I think you might need your eyes checked if you can't see the stars. You know what I mean?
They might be in the city.
There you go.
Oh, that's possible.
All right. Psalm 19. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor knowledge where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoiceth as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord are true and righteous altogether. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from secret faults. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. So, the other Bible study I do at midnight is Truth Right Back. Okay, so Truth Right Back. We'll have to look that up. Awesome. So, all right, so that is Psalm 19. Very interesting. And we shall move on and finish. We were on Genesis 35. Okay, if I can get to it. I have way too many tabs. So, all right. So where were we at? Okay, we're at 18. And Rachel, let's see, and it came to pass as her soul was departing, for she died, that she called his name Benoni, but his father called him Benjamin. And Rachel died and was buried in the way of Ephrath, which is Bethlehem. And Jacob set a pillar upon her grave, that is the pillar of Rachel's grave unto this day. And Israel journeyed and spread his tent beyond the tower of Adar. And it came to pass when Israel dwelt in that land that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah his father's concubine. And Israel heard it. Now the sons of Jacob were 12. The sons of Leah, Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, and Simeon, and Levi, and Judah, and Issachar, and Zebulun. The sons of Rachel, Joseph, and Benjamin. And the sons of Bilhah, Rachel's handmaid, Dan and Naphtali. And the sons of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, Gad and Asher. These are the sons of Jacob, which were born to him in Padanaram. Born to him in Padanaram. And Jacob came unto Isaac his father, unto Marmah, unto the city of Arba, which is Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac sojourned. And the days of Isaac were 180 years. So I guess this means Isaac died.
120, that's it?
Yeah.
Dang. Beta.
And the days of Isaac were 104 years. I don't know what fourscore is.
20 years.
And Isaac gave up the ghost and died and was gathered unto his people, being old and full of days. And his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. Okay, so I'm trying to remember why it mentions Reuben laying with Jacob's concubine, Bilhah. So it just makes it like a footnote here. I'm trying to remember if that comes back later. Well, we'll find out next time. I don't recall. But that was Genesis chapter 5.
Leave it on a cliffhanger, why don't you?
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Faith, Fiction, and Folklore. If you did, we would love it if you would subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Rumble. We can also be found on X, Instagram, and Facebook. And we are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. Thank you again very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.